Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou and Jackie here with a couple of very special guests.
Absolutely, talking about a wonderful organization celebrating their 46th summer of production, Des Moines Metro Opera, and they have one going on right now with only a few performances left that you have to go check out. I hope I'm saying it right. Fledermaus.
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 Okay.
Which means?
It means the bat.
The bat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to...
Fledermaus means bat?
In German.
The Fledermaus.
All right.
We're learning a lot of German this
We
morning.
are,
We're being educated, and hopefully educating you of why you need to go see this amazing production, if not for the performances, the music, but also incredible costumes as well. So let's introduce you to the conductor of this amazing piece. We do have Robert Moody joining us. Thank you so much for being here.
Great to be here.
And we have Susanna Biller, who is performing in this piece as well. Okay, so take us through this, besides knowing that it's about a bat. Why is this such a special production?
Well, the piece itself, Johann Strauss wrote this just about over a century ago, and the work is set in Vienna, and it's about a joke that a friend is playing on another friend. The friend had been the victim of a joke when his friend put him in a bat costume and left him sort of on a park bench after a long party. So that's why it's really called The Revenge of the Bat, very often in English. And it's just a great comedy. It's such a funny piece and has unbelievable music, the height of which come very often with Rosalinda, who plays the wife of the character Eisenstein. So they're the sort of the key couple of the story. Susanna is Rosalinda. And you also hear in this, if you think about like the Vienna New Year's Eve concerts that you see the Vienna Phil play on TV, all of that music you know from that, you're going to hear the bulk of it in this opera. This is a big love letter to the city of Vienna and to the great Vienna waltzes and that style of music that really was the most popular kind of music in the 19th century.
So maybe if you haven't seen an opera before, this is a great one to break yourself in, because you're going to be like, I know, I recognize that.
Susanna, you're saying yes?
Absolutely. It's in English, which is really, really
nice.
nice.
That's a plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you'll hear different operas, especially throughout our season. We have 2 in English, which is really exciting. But usually you hear the dialogue and or the numbers in German. And so for me, not speaking German fluently, speaking English is a nice reprieve, so I'll take it. And honestly, it's been really lovely. Our director, David Gately, was brilliant in helping us to add and infuse the comedy into it, which is, I have to say, something that I really, really, really love, because usually you have these dramatic operas and, you know, someone dies. So thankfully I can tell you no one dies.
No one dies. You just heard it here, folks.
But
no one dies.
speaking in English, are you going to be able to have the same emotion that goes
absolutely.
along with speaking?
Well, I'm already having emotion and I'm speaking in English.
Because in German is a very, emotional language.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I mean, same thing. I mean, you have love, you have revenge, you have all these different emotions that go into it. So just like our fellow Germans, we have it the same in English and here in America.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your character in this fantastic costume that you get to wear.
Yes. Well, Rosalinda is the wife of Eisenstein, who is a fairly affluent gentleman who enjoys a nice party with a lot of libation.
Nice.
And so Rosalinda to me is this woman who is trying to kind of, I guess in my mind, reinvigorate their marriage and have some fun and catch her husband, and it's so much fun. I think that's the thing to me, is that you can't take anything that's happening too seriously. Everything has to have this little bit of fun and mischievous coyness and sultriness. So that to me is what makes Rosalinda so much fun, is that everything is kind of tongue-in-cheek.
Tongue-in-cheek, and being able to wear something as gorgeous as that can kind of help you along the way.
Oh.
And the great moment of the opera is that Eisenstein, her husband, he's been invited to this party by his friend, who is the bat, and at the party he thinks he's going to get a chance to flirt with a lot of ladies, and he ends up flirting very heavily with this one gorgeous lady in a mask.
Yes.
It's his wife, and he doesn't know it's her.
Yes.
So that's kind of the key of what's going on. And David Gately, the director, did something fantastic. Instead of setting this in the 1890s, which is per normal, he set it in the 1920s. So actually,
kind
instead
of that flapper era.
Yeah, so instead of seeing the party goers waltzing, you're actually seeing them do like the Charleston and great 20s dancing.
Oh, how fun.
It's really cool, and it adds just a fantastic element to the entire production.
So when you're talking an opera performance, you're talking talking fun, toe-tapping music
Oh,
in English.
absolutely.
Basically one you do not want to miss.
Absolutely. You will leave humming incredible melodies.
It's true.
And you can't help but smile and want to dance and just sing along. The thing that I loved so much was that I heard some of the audience actually singing along with us.
Seriously?
Oh, absolutely. And it gave me so much joy just to sit there and know that there are so many people that love this music and know it, and oh, you just can't help but have this elation and joy.
You're making a connection.
Oh gosh, you can't help it. It's
well, the best part of your space is that there's not a bad seat in the house, and you feel like you're almost a part of what is happening on stage. So you guys are officially open. A few performances left. We want to remind everybody: June 29th, July 7th, July 12th, and July 15th. Remind everybody where you're at.
We are in Indianola, Iowa. We also, if you can zoom in, I have the website and the phone
fancy
number.
graphic right over here in your camera 4 right there. Look at this fancy graphics. You don't think we're top shelf here, folks? Look at this.
Vanna White. Hey, look.
Doesn't get any better than that. All right.
DesMoinesMetroOpera.org for all the details. But basically what you need to know is you have to go see this production, but only a few performances left. Thank you both
Of course.
for joining us
Thank you
this
so
morning.
much.
Appreciate it so much. That's just an example of some of the great things that are happening here in Central Iowa. Don't miss out. You're watching CW Iowa Live here on Channel 23.